You've been making the statement for the past couple of years that there are no man-made crop circles. What do you mean by that?
What I mean is that there are many jobs carried out as contractors for advertising and public relations operations, and they're done with a degree of skill, I have to say. There are also occasional attempts to forge, replicate crop circles by messes made by vandals in fields. That's two categories. The third category is the fact that every single crop circle that comes down the field is sooner or later cleaned by somebody. But effectively, they don't make crop circles. The crop circles are a separate event. It's like chalk and cheese.
So you're drawing a distinction between
The categories of damaged crop.
and so you acknowledge that people can go out and make fairly good works of art in fields by stamping down wood.
I would acknowledge that as contractors, when they are supplied, number one, with a blank, lawful canvas in the full light of day, and number two, a drawing, they can then do it in a reasonably competent way. But number one, in a limited time in the dark, and number two, they have not proved in over a quarter of a century that they could design their way out of a wet paper bag.
And you speak with some qualification in that regard because you've spent a lifetime as an architect and as a designer.
Yeah.
So you're well qualified to be able to judge the design efforts.
I would tentatively propose that is so.
Okay. In 1992, you took part in the crop circle making competition.
I didn't take part, I observed.
You observed.
And I was one of, there were two of us who were called the jury of last resort in case the judges got jammed. There was me and John Haddington, the Earl of Haddington. We never did anything. It was all nonsense.
What did you think of their efforts?
Pathetic.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
In the Seriologist at the time, you wrote, and I quote,
Oh dear.
"The event was a delight, and the valiant teams performed prodigiously. Only in England could an enterprise so fundamentally surreal be carried off with such grace and style. It was pure fun. Those convinced that all crop circles are man-made will be comforted in the view by the excellence of the results we saw. Those who feel we are in the presence of angels, Gaia, fairies, aliens, lustful hedgehogs or species consciousness will find nothing here to change their mind." What's changed?
My mind.
Why?
Because I was naive, I was young, I was delighted, I was impressed. The evening, the weekend was such fun, you know. But I have to say, here's a story. After the event, sometime after the event, there was a seriologist conference in Dorset. And when that closed, everyone went to the bar in the town hall in Dorset. And there were the winning pair who were a bit drunk. And I was with the Venerable Stanley Messenger, one of the fathers of crop circle studies, who was a much nicer, a more generous man than I am. And he wanted to speak to them. And I said, come on, don't do that. And he said, no, we should do it. I said, okay. And he went over and said, why are you doing this? Why are you hosting the crop circles? Their response is chiseled into my brain. They said, I remember these words, we enjoy the discomfiture we cause.